access to the advanced settings, first you need to bring up the driver's menu. To bring up the driver's menu, it takes a long push on the left manual panning button. Then you scroll down to exit. To gain access to the advanced settings, you have to push the left manual button at the same time as the control knob in the middle. Both at the same time, long push. You get a warning message on the screen. Choose Access Service Menu, and then we're going to push the control knob to access the advanced settings. To access the panning menu, push the control knob. This is where you double check to make sure that the automatic panning is enabled. If the box is checked, that means it's enabled. If it's unchecked, that means it's disabled. Calibrate steering wheel. In case the panning is malfunctioning, you would want to reset the steering wheel angle. You do so by pushing the control knob and then confirming. And now the steering wheel angle is back at 0. You want to make sure that you get it as close as possible to 0. To exit this screen, you push the left manual panning button. Back in the panning, there are a lot of other measurements and a lot of other numbers that should be already set from the factory. If they are not, please contact your manager. To exit, scroll down to return and push the control knob. To enter the monitor menu, push the control knob. This is where you can set the auto brightness. We do not set the auto brightness on installation. We set the day brightness for 80%. To adjust that, you highlight the day brightness, you push the control knob, the green box comes up, and now you can adjust the brightness for the default. This is setting the default brightness in case it is not set correct from the factory. Same thing goes for the night brightness. You have to put the system in night mode, then you come back to this advanced settings and you can set the default for night. These settings should be already set from the factory. The other options, layout and menu position, they should be already preset from the factory. If you need any more help with this, please contact your manager. To exit the monitor menu, scroll down to return, push the control knob. To enter the distance lines menu, push the control knob. This is where you want to make sure that the distance lines are enabled. You want to make sure that the dynamic distance lines are enabled, and make sure that the use blinker activation is disabled. Set end of trailer is for manually setting the end of trailer. Lines position. This is where you can adjust all the lines, make them thicker, make them longer, make them closer to the trailer, and even the distance in between the lines. To access, you push the control knob. Line number 2 is the red line, which represents the end of trailer. To access and adjust the settings for the end of trailer line, you push the control knob. We want to make sure that it is enabled. That way it will display on the screen. Then you can adjust the distance. You can adjust where the line starts. Then to adjust the numbers, you have to push the control knob on every single number to make that box green. Once you get a green box, you can adjust the numbers. So the distance will adjust the distance from the camera. This is the end of trailer. Being that we have the dynamic lines already set up, the other 2 lines will automatically readjust. Horizontal start. This is where you can adjust where the line actually starts and where it's going to be displayed. You can bring it closer to the vehicle, or you can make it a little bit further away from the vehicle. Horizontal width. This is on how wide do we want that line to be. can make it wider or you can make it a little bit shorter. For customization depending on your preferences. Thickness. If the line is not bold enough on the screen, you can make it thicker, that way it stands out more. Line number 2, color should be red, do not change it. Color bottom, do not change. Transparency, we have them set at 45%. If you do want to make it more transparent, then you can adjust the percentage on your preference. To get out of adjusting line number 2, you short push of the left manual penning button. Scroll over to line number 3. If you want to adjust line number 3, same thing. You push the control knob to get into the settings for line number 3. Line number 3 is the orange line, which represents 40 feet behind the end of the trailer. That should also have the checkbox marked as enabled. And same thing, you can adjust the distance, the start, the width, the thickness. To get out, a short push on the left manual penning button. Line number 4, which is the green line on the screen on the distance lines, represents approximately 80 feet behind the trailer. Same thing, if you would like to adjust them, push the control knob to gain access to adjust the settings. To get out, short push of the left manual penning button. And to get out of this screen, another short push of the left manual penning button. Calibration requires its own video. To get out of the menu for distance lines, scroll down to return and push the control knob. To access the advanced service menu, push the control knob. On installation, auto folding should be enabled, and the rest of the settings are already set up from the factory. Diagnostics should be on high-low. If for some reason the settings are not where they should be, you could reset it back to the manufacturing settings. Lens heating set point should not be changed, as it can cause damage to the camera. The default is 35. Update camera modules. This is only if there was a software update. If you update the cameras, you would want to come into the advanced settings, into the update camera modules to push those updates to the cameras. To exit the advanced menu, scroll down to return and push the control knob. To exit the MirrorEye service menu, the advanced settings, scroll down to exit and push the control knob.